So guys, we just got insurance registrations, deliveries. What the hell's going on? Much lower than expected. Can we still get record deliveries? Also, we got to clarify some things up from yesterday's video about the CEO saying wait 10 years. Also, what we can expect looking forward. All right. So first of all, with deliveries, 3,400 deliveries from June 10th to 16th, which was down from 3,500 the week before and down from 6,700 the week before that. Okay, with the guidance of 54,000 to 56,000 in Q2, that means NIO is expecting 17,836 to 19,836 deliveries in this month, which means on average, all right, NIO would need about 5,000 per week. Okay, 5,000 vehicles per week to meet the lower end of the guidance. And we would need 6,000 plus per week to be able to achieve record deliveries. All right, which seems kind of difficult. Now, what's going on? Because NIO CEO said in the earnings report that they're doing double shifts. Right now, there's more orders than they can produce. And then they're also doing stuff like double shift to pump out more cars. How come deliveries are at 3,000-ish? It's actually lower than this time last month. Okay, so what the hell is going on? And also, of course, I went to the NIO store and they said, of course, with all those orders, 26,000 orders, these are confirmed lock-in orders, locked in. All right, so no refund possible. How come they are not being delivered right now? What's going on? So one possible scenario that could be happening is, well, people are switching their orders to other cars, which I don't think is very likely, because we know for a fact that a lot of Xiaomi orders last month came to NIO, and they just converted that basically to a NIO order, and basically they gave up that deposit, right? And even though there's still that locked-in order for Xiaomi, the customer is no longer taking delivery of that Xiaomi car. They are taking delivery of a NIO, okay? It could also happen in the opposite direction, but obviously not from NIO to Xiaomi. That's not very likely, but it could happen in the sense that there's locked-in orders, right? They paid the deposit, it's not refundable, but they ultimately decide not to take delivery of the car, which is also possible. All right, I'm not gonna say that this is the reason deliveries are so low. It's just one of the possible scenarios. What I think is more likely that's happening is just delivery pace is just not there. All right, and we'll probably see a ramp up within the next 2 weeks, closer to the end of this month. So we'll see that happen. Now, we do know for a fact that from according to the store manager, the number of orders have actually decreased slightly from last month because the promotion isn't as strong as before. It is a little bit concerning, all right, in the sense that NIO does have to give out a lot of incentives to boost sales and to boost sales to record levels. Of course, they're hurting margins. And then, of course, if they don't have these incentives, then orders don't really come in to those record numbers. Of course, that NIO manager that I talked to, he was expecting incentives to get even more lucrative going forward, which I kind of don't believe will be the case. I think what NIO is going to do is going forward, because NIO's vehicles are actually quite low margin vehicles right now, the NT 2.0 cars. I think they're just going to try to chug along and then wait for the Envo launch and then put a lot of effort on the Envo vehicles, because those cars have much better profit margins. So it doesn't really make sense for NIO to give out a whole lot of incentives, making their cars a lot cheaper, and then, getting a buyer, a Envo buyer, to buy a NIO at a loss to NIO, whereas they could be earning a profit if that customer bought a Envo car. All right, so this is something that I think is really needs to be considered. Okay, so going forward, we are seeing orders declining a little bit. Time for delivery for a vehicle is at 3 weeks, so a little bit shorter than 4 weeks from before. But 26,000 orders, that would imply that we would get at least a big chunk of that this month, because 4 weeks of wait time, even from like after the first week of May, right? That would mean that all other orders from that month of May, except for the first week, should be delivered in June because of the 4-week wait time. So what's going on? Maybe they're just slow with deliveries. Maybe their delivery speed isn't just isn't there. Or maybe they don't have enough trucks to ship these cars to the delivery center. Maybe the delivery center is just not capable of delivering that many cars. We don't know for sure, okay? But we do know that orders are decreasing slightly because of the incentive, becoming less, which is to be expected, okay? There's nothing too surprising about that. And if incentives get more crazy, then of course we'll see more orders come in. So that's that. Okay, going forward, I do expect the end of the month to have much better delivery numbers, hopefully around 4,000, 5,000. Hopefully we can meet guidance. It would really, really, really suck if we're looking at record orders, record deliveries for last month, and then all of a sudden, NIO had to do one of those stupid emergency revise down their delivery targets, which is kind of stupid. They did that at the end of Q1, where they had to prudently adjust delivery target, and that was a real gut punch. So it would be a real gut punch again if they had to do that, despite delivering so many cars with record deliveries. So I hope that doesn't happen. All right, so they better get their act together, deliver as many cars as they can. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is briefly about yesterday's video, wait 10 years. Wait 10 years is more about his definition of success, NIO's CEO's definition of success. It just means that they are getting started, all right? They're getting started. That means everything is just beginning. You're seeing what NIO is doing now. This is just a beginning. This is not their peak, all right? And he said it's going to take another 10 years to reach at least his definition of success, where he feels that they're going to have a solid footing in the automobile industry, and then another 10 years for NIO to really prosper and do extremely, extremely well. It does not mean that we have to wait 10 years for profitability. We'll probably see profitability within the next 3 to 4 years, in my personal opinion, because of the Onvo sub-brand and also the Firefly sub-brand, and then also NT 3.0 cars using a lot of self-developed in-house stuff, boosting margins. So going forward, that's really going to help out. So do not worry about, oh my God, I've got to wait 10 years. Of course, if you wait 10 years, that's when you're going to see NIO really dominate, all right, and just succeed in all price categories in the automobile industry. But you don't have to wait 10 years for profitability, okay? We're going to see that much, much sooner. What do you think about deliveries? I know it's kind of a gut punch, but hopefully they can get things up and going, and hopefully they can deliver a lot more cars in the coming weeks. That's going to be it for this video. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.